Hi, this is Kathleen with Kal-Ven Tag and Title Service located at 7000 Bel Air Road, Baltimore, Maryland. Zip code is 21206. Our phone number is 410 668 6000. Hours are Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday is 1 to 6. Website is www.calventagtitle.com. Today I want to talk about title and registration 101, 2 and 201, then certification and recertification of license. Yes, it looks like a big topic, but I'll break it down for you. Anyway, yes, this is something I'm suggesting because I know we don't have it here in the state of Maryland. I do have a lot of people that will get the license and they are like stranded. They don't know what to do next. So I'm going to like elaborate on this to kind of have motor vehicle think about implying what I'm about to say here, because it's gonna help people to be educative enough for them to be able to know what to do once they get the license. And also it will help people who want to like see what the business is, whether it's good for them, let them take the training and see if it's something that they want to go into or not. The seminar that we do to get the license, I don't think it's enough. Because this training I'm suggesting here, we're going to separate it. It has to be, we have to break it down for dealers and then for tag and title agents. You have to separate it, because when the training is being taught, sometimes at the end of the training, you left with being confused than before you went in. So I'll kind of like, because when you go there, they'll be talking more of dealerships and they really don't talk much about tag and title people. So I'll kind of suggest that you divide this into two. If you have to charge people to take this training, that's okay. You're free to access whatever training, because this is what is going to be needed. If you want to do your seminar is okay, but this title and registration 101 and 201, 101 is for basic training. Like when someone is about to get the license, I would suggest that they do titling and no title and registration 101. And then when they want to recertify their license, like when the license expires and they're about to renew the license, let them take title and registration 201, meaning it's advanced training, to kind of elaborate more. By then the person must have been in business to really know what's going on. So I'll kind of suggest this before we get the license. You need to change the system whereby this title and registration will be taught to people. That way they know what they're going to, or what they're putting themselves into, because some people will get in there, they don't know what's going on, they get the license. I get a lot of calls. People will get the license and they're calling me, what do I do next? Excuse me, you didn't read before you started the process. Yeah, a lot of people don't know they have to study to get the license, but I'm kind of suggesting here in the state of Maryland, because this will be very, very helpful. That way people will feel comfortable getting the license, knowing that, they will have the required training that they need in order for them to go into the business. Some of the topics, you guys, my put in there, you could say overview of the business. You talk about the policies and regulations abiding the business. That way you talk about the laws and everything, that implies, what to do and what not to do, and then how to go about getting the license, tell them the process, because some people don't know. Even though they print out the packet, they still don't know what to do. Some people, they want you to hold them like hold them in the hand, to like direct them on step by step. On some people don't like to read, they like other people to read for them. So this title and registration 101 will kind of like give them an overview of the business, how to go about getting the license, what are the requirements, what to process and what not to process, talk about salvage vehicles, talk about clean clear titles, what tag and title agents are authorized to process and what they are not authorized to process. This will give us an overview, and also when we have people who bring us salvage vehicles, people will know how to direct them to where what to do, because a lot of people don't know. Some people just collect it and process, they don't know what's going on. So this training would be a good idea. It would be a good idea, believe me, it would be a good idea. So you could also, okay, titling and registration. When you boil down to titling and registration, then you teach about the paperwork to be collected. Tell us what Maryland title looks like, how to fill out the title, what to fill in, what to expect, for customers to present to us in order for us to be able to process. And also for dealers, like people who go out of state and buy cars and they bring in these vehicles here for us to register. We should know what to collect. We should be taught on what are the documents. I know we have title, what do you call it? I believe it's title and registration manual. Yes, we have the manual. Yes, that's something to refer to in case we're having trouble with the registration. But that training, some people don't like to read, but this in-class training is going to help a lot of people. Some people have this retentive memory whereby when they're being taught of something, they retain the information than someone who will go and read, when they read, they forget. But that hands-on training where they go into a class and everybody will ask questions, people would interact with one another, they have the platform to, do whatever. They feel more comfortable with that. So I believe this is very good. That way it will minimize all this paperwork that people just collect without even knowing what to do in the business. So please think about that. How to complete the titles, both as give us examples of some out of state titles. That way, you show us what to collect, and then for those titles that don't have maybe like a place to put the price, you tell us, okay, we need a bill of sale, give them bill of sale, Maryland bill of sale, have them enter the price. All this needs to be taught to these people. That way they know what to collect for each transaction. When we registering a vehicle, we need to know what paperwork to collect, how the dealers should fill out their paperwork, what to look for when we look on the back of the titles, especially Maryland. When a Maryland dealer will sell, like when dealers bring their paperwork here, we need to know. A lot of people don't know. I'm not talking for myself because I've educated myself enough to know what to do. I've been in business for about going to my 6th year now, so I know better. I had to read to figure things out. Some people don't read, and before they know it, they lose their license. So I'm begging you, this would be a good idea here in the state of Maryland for people to get this training. You charge people, you charge for this training. You're free to charge whatever, 50, 100, whatever you want to charge. People are willing to pay this money for them to get the information they need to start this business. So I would advise you to think about that. That way people will feel comfortable going to this business. And then for dealers, when we're collecting paperwork from dealers, you need to let us know what to look for, what to collect, the things we should look for. All those things need to be taught, because sometimes we do have tag and title agents, when people walk in and they give them the paperwork, they feel like everything is complete, so they don't have to ask questions and they process. We have people like that, and because they don't know what to look for, they look at the paperwork, they feel like it's completed. They don't even know if the customer's name is on that as a reassignment, and they don't even know if the bill of sale, the person filled it out completely. So you need to give this training to tell us the things that we need to look out for when we get this paperwork. Make sure they fill in their information, if they're two owners, we need, some people don't know. So I need for you to do this. It's gonna help. Description of titles. We're talking about, when I say description of titles, I'm talking about the ones, how to read a title. Here in the state of Maryland, for a salvage vehicle, Maryland will type on the right hand corner of the title, will say salvage or exile, or it will say rebuild salvage. Other states, you have to read the brand. You have to teach people all this, because if you don't teach them, they don't know. They think it's clean and clear title, because most states don't, the way Pennsylvania will put their savage symbol is not the same way Maryland will put theirs. Pennsylvania will put their own, like where you have the VIN number, you know, next, like below probably the VIN number, it will say reconstructed. And some people will write boldly on the title savage, and then some people will use like a letter S to describe it. So all these things need to be taught to these people. That way they know the difference. When they get a title, they just don't say, okay, this is not savage because they did not print it on the title. So they shouldn't be looking for the code to really know that this is savage. And they should also know, when they get the title, they need to pay attention to check the mileage coming in. There's so many things that needs to be taught. So I'm not going to sit here and elaborate. You guys know what to do to help these people. So I'm going to recommend you guys to sit down and make some kind of a meeting and address the situation and teach people and let people know, you know, have all this information before they start this business. So when, okay, yeah, after this must have been taught to people, however you want to make your paperwork look like, even all the forms that we have here, we need someone to teach us, teach them, because I myself, I know what I'm doing here. So teach people how to fill out these forms, the things that are very important that we have to collect on this paperwork. Teach different, like the gift. You need to teach people how the gifting thing works, you know, because a lot of people here, and a lot of tag and tag people don't even understand anything. They just bring the process. They a friend will give probably a gift to someone. They will collect it and treat it as a gift, and they don't have the right documentation to, you know, to accompany this registration. So we need all this to be taught. How to transfer plates, who can transfer whose plates. All these things need to be taught on this title and registration. And also, after the license, when we're about to renew the license, we should have title and registration 201. Title and registration 201 will be an advanced training that's gonna talk about the things, you know, like put light into what had been discussed, and also any updates that were made prior to the like the last time the person took the training till now. Any changes that are made should be taught in that class. So this will help. And once we finish, there should be a certificate to allow us to renew our license. This is what I think. Let people pay for this training. Let them pay for recertification. Recertification will be an advanced training, which is going to be title and registration 201. It's advanced. More, you go in depth, you know, even the ones that you didn't talk about the first time, you include it this time. If you want to make it like a 6-hour class or 4, no, okay, well, it's up to you. Yeah, you should know whether you make it a 4-hour class or a 6-hour class, whichever one that is convenient for you. That way you'll be able to teach all the things we need to do well in the business. This is my suggestion. Please think about it, you know. This is what I feel is good for Maryland, and it's good for people, because I'm tired of people calling me, asking me what do I do? I just got my license. What do I do from here? My God. What do I do from Jesus Christ? Anyway, yes, I get that a lot. And I'm not going to leave my business and start coaching someone. Okay? I'm not going to leave my business. So we need to give them training. That way they'll be well equipped to run this business effectively. And when they take this training, some of them will look at it like, oh, this is not for me. From that training, they'll be like, wow, this is too much information for me. I don't know if I like the business. And then they have the option to just, you know, back out. But when you let everybody have the license, then you have, like, you flood the business. You flood the business, and then now you see everybody, Dick and Harry, get into the business, and most of them will have to process stupid transactions in order for them to be closed down. We don't need that. We need to give them enough training that will make them decide whether this business is good for them or not. If they don't feel comfortable doing it, then they're free to look for something else. So this is my suggestion. If you guys feel comfortable, I mean, you want to take the training, give the training, yes, not whether you like. This is something I think that is needed here in the state of Maryland. So think about it, have a meeting, and then sit down and do it whereby whenever we get in the license, we take title and registration 101, and when we recertifying our license, then we would take the title and registration 201, which is the advanced training. So please think about it. This will help. A lot of people will be happy about this, because I have a lot of people complaining, they stranded, they calling different tag and title people trying to get information, how to go about the business. This is not good for Maryland. So please think about it, and if you need me to be on the table or you want me to host the training, I don't mind. I will host the training and teach them good, and I tell you the people who will do well in the business and the people who will just go there and lose their license. Anyway, so thank you for your time, for watching. If you have any suggestions, please give me a call at 410-668-6000. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Okay, you must, God bless you in your new business.